Hey guys, it's CBB here, and with mid-season being almost there and people having question about some of the moves I made in my games, I figured I might as well just narrate some of my games by myself and like offer thought process and stuff I was thinking at the time. Um, yeah, I'm just gonna do that for like all 3 games I played so far and hopefully live narrate some of my other games. I don't know how realistic it's gonna be, if I can be like fucked to do that during the actual games, but we'll see about that. Um, don't expect daily uploads or regular uploads or anything like that. I just want to do some of these for fun and to answer some questions people have had. So yeah, let's get into it. This is week 1 against boudouche, which I think is pretty well known by now because I brought this disgusting stall team to foil all attempts at like counter styling my usual offense, and my assumption is proven to be correct as he brings this disgusting counter style to offense. From preview, I assumed it was Mega Manectric, Specs Keldeo, it was Life Orb Keldeo, but that doesn't really make a big difference. Stealth Rock Landorus T, Life Orb Alakazam, Scarf Excadrill, and Assault Vest Tornadus. Because he is rather weak to Keldeo, it could be Life Orb Tornadus, but yeah, I don't think he would like a Keldeo weakness like that against me, because like Keldeo isn't exactly an uncommon Pokemon on offense, but yeah, I made this choice because I figured he would totally neglect to cover stall, and from the looks of his team, he really did, especially if that's Assault Vest Tornadus. He can't really do anything to my team if I play correctly, so yeah, let's get right into it. I lead Slowbro in this matchup because it's my best lead. I expected him to lead either Tornadus or Manectric, either of which is fine by me. He leads Keldeo, which is even better for me because I can just go for a free Scald here. He goes straight to Manectric, which gets hit by the Scald, which is very nice because Manectric being dead means I don't need Quagsire anymore and can just sack that whenever something comes in and gets dangerous. I actually stay in turn 2 because I know I live every hit unless he crits. He actually does crit with Flamethrower, so I just Scald again and burn him and kill him. If he had Volt Switched and crit me, I probably would have lost the game. Same for Thunderbolt, but I just expect him to either double out or go for a move like that. But like, even if he did Volt Switch or Thunderbolt, I lived it, so I really didn't care. Now he sends out his Landorus, just wants to get his rocks ASAP. I can respect that against this team. I don't really care either way. I'm just gonna go for the Scald again because it's my best move. It does a lot, actually. God damn, Slowbro is amazing. Oh yeah, I go to Quagsire here in case he has Sword Stance or something wild like that, or even Explosion, because Quagsire is now useless. He U-turns out on that, which is, again, fine by me, because I don't really need this thing anyway. And he goes straight to Alakazam. Now, Life Orb Alakazam can be actually pretty threatening, and this Quagsire does not have Earthquake, it has Encore. So I just went for Encore here, I cocked Psychic, it didn't kill. So this is pretty much my only move, and Encore forces him to switch out, because if he kills me here, my Tyranitar is just gonna trap him and he's definitely gonna lose, because this is only offensive threat to my team. So yeah, knowing I can safely recover here, I do just that. He goes to Keldeo, which again is fine, because I have Amoonguss and Slowbro to just completely shut it down. Yeah, so I get my heal, which again doesn't really matter that much, because I don't value Quagsire in the matchup. Now I go to Amoonguss, just to, you know, sponge the Scald, and because Slowbro is way more important than Amoonguss, and if he goes for something like Specs HP Electric, that's gonna do a lot. He goes for Scald, reveals a Life Orb, so at this point I was pretty terrified of the Icy Wind, which I think comes pretty close to killing, if not kill, after the burn. So I go out to Slowbro expecting that. He makes a good move and predicts me though, and goes straight for the Scald again, but fortunately for me it doesn't burn. So now I have the Slowbro against the team, pretty vulnerable vulnerable, my bad. Yeah, he goes to Tornadus, which is, I guess, his best move. I just Psyshock that for some damage. It doesn't do that much, but that's fine with me. He U-turns here, reveals he's not a Life Orb set, and I think I Psyshock again. Let me see, actually, come on, load the next turn. Okay, yeah, he goes to Alakazam, and oh no, I actually heal, which is fine too, because if he Hurricane and a Psyshock, it was a pretty bad position. So expecting the Encore or something like that, I go out to my Here de Bleeze, my trusty Chansey, which is probably the best Pokemon on this team. He goes straight for the Shadow Ball, which is also fine by me. Knowing I could safely either get out my Rocks or Seismic Toss, because Alakazam is gonna switch out guaranteed, I just get my Rocks up here, because I don't think I can defog his rocks, and I don't think I want to anyway, because that Tornadus is like hurt way more by rocks than my whole team together. Anyway, he goes to Keldeo, makes a nice double switch to Alakazam, and catches my Slowbro, which is kind of annoying for me, because that Alakazam, like I said, is kind of a threat, especially if it has Encore or Taunt or something, even though I don't think so, or he might have stayed in against Chansey. I go straight to Chansey on another Shadow Ball, which, you know, doesn't affect me at all. And I get a free Seismic Toss or heal here. I actually don't remember what I did, but I probably should have Seismic Tossed. But then I don't live 2 Focus Blasts now, so Softball is fine. He goes to Tornadus, which is also a little bit annoying, but not like the biggest threat in the world, especially if he doesn't have Heat Wave. I go straight to Skarmory because it's Spadef and like bounces everything Tornadus can do. He goes straight for the U-turn, which again, like, I don't really care what he does, as long as, like, my game plan at this plan is to just win with Slowbro eventually, because his team is very weak to Slowbro. I mostly just need to weaken Alakazam for that. But hey, he U-turns to Keldeo, makes another good double switch to Alakazam as I go straight my bad. As I go straight to my Slowbro. And now I'm like in this weird position again. If he Focus Blasts me on the switch, I'm not 2-hit KO'd. That's why Softball was the right move, yeah. So I go straight to Chansey. He predicts that, uses Focus Blast, and gets his Spadefdra, which is semi-disastrous. I could live one, but it's a roll. So I decide to switch out because I live after Rock's guaranteed if he doesn't get a roll. But he makes a very nice prediction here and actually substitutes on my switch out. I can't really switch this Quagsire out, and like I said, it's really useless in this matchup, so I'm just gonna let it die here. Psychic obviously kills that in one hit, but on the upside my Chansey can now heal up, so I think I'm still fine, especially since I said Quagsire is really not useful at all in the rest of this matchup. He goes for Focus Blast, does a nice chunk, and gets another Spadefdra, so at this point I was like, oh my god, I'm actually gonna lose to Alakazam because it keeps dropping my Spadef. Turn 22, I actually go for another Softball, just like hoping he doesn't hit all of them in a row and crits one. So now I'm at 78%, I'm almost sure he's gonna Psychic or Focus Blast here. Oh no, I actually stay in one more turn, heal up, but now to get rid of a Spadefdra, I'm just gonna go to my Slowbro on the Psychic or Focus Blast because there's no way he's gonna click Shadow Ball on turn 24. So I go to my Slowbro, which I believe actually eats the Psychic really well because it's invested. Yeah, this has a lot of special defense, which is where I stayed in on Manectric in the first place. But yeah, I go straight back to my Blissey. I mean my Chansey, my Hia de Blissey. He goes for another Psychic, which bounces off, and now he's kind of forced to switch out because I'm either gonna stall him out of Focus Blast PP, or just, you know, straight up beat him, and there's really nothing he can do about it. Unless he gets another drop, but he already got to, so that's very unlikely. Well, I mean, it doesn't affect like the chance at all, but you know, I was just thinking there's no way, so I just Seismic Toss to break his sub. He actually switches out to his Tornadus, which is fine by me because I need all the damage I can get against that thing. And now I go back to Skarmory, which he again predicts. It just goes for the U-turn over the knockoff. Good move by him. So now we have, I believe, Keldeo back in. Yes, there's a Keldeo. And again, I don't really want to switch my Slowbro straight into Scald, so I just roost here, checking what he's gonna do just in case he, you know, does something wild like another double switch, trying to catch Amoonguss or Slowbro. His Scald actually does a lot less than I thought it would do, so that's cool. I just roost, don't get burned, which is nice. Go straight to Amoonguss this turn because I don't think he's gonna double switch that turn, and I'm proven correct as he Scald again. Now, like last time, I'm kind of worried about Icy Wind because now I think I'm actually gonna die to it if he uses it here. So I make the same move as last time, go straight back to my fucking Slowbro, that fucking beast, my Dimension 9 max. But again, he makes a good prediction, predicts that, skulls me for some good damage, and gets reward with burn. So that's pretty good for him because, like I said, Slowbro is definitely my win condition. Without leftovers, it's just gonna get worn down, which is really annoying. At this point, I still don't know his last move, or his last two moves rather. I expect it's Taunt and probably Hydro Pump, but I really don't know what to expect from Keldeo. So he goes straight to Alakazam, which is also fine with me because I still have my full health Chansey right here. Oh well, almost full health, enough to tank 2 focus blasts at least. So I go straight to the Chansey because I'm pretty sure he's gonna Shadow Ball, but even if he predicts my switch, it's not disastrous because, like I said, I live to. The fact that he used Shadow Ball actually gives me a free heal bell here, which is really important because Slowbro being burned is really bad. Amoonguss not as much, but still, it would be really helpful if those two weren't burned. So I just do that. Tornadus comes back in and forces me out again. I can just keep going to Skarmory over and over, honestly, because I don't care about Skarmory either. The only two important Pokemon in this matchup are Chansey and Slowbro, because they together kind of wall his whole team, and like there's just not much he can do about it apart from crit everything. At this point, his KO is at 32%. I thought the way he played it, it might be Rest Talk Life Orb 2 as well, mostly because he never taunted anything, he never Icy Winded. I don't think Life Orb Calorie ever ran this Hydro Pump, so really at this point I thought he just Rest Talk. He makes another good double Alakazam to Slowbro, but this time I know I live Shadow Ball and I need damage on the Alakazam, so I just go straight for the Sight Shock here. He actually doubles again to his Keldeo, and I hit that with Sight Shock, so that's really cool, especially if it was Rest Talk, because that Keldeo could have been kind of annoying. So he goes back to Alakazam. I again know that I can live Shadow Ball with my special defensive spread, and I'm not burned, so I'm really not afraid. He doubles to Tornadus, which again eats a nice Sight Shock on the switch. And now he's kind of in a bad position because nothing can really switch into the Slowbro. So I'm just like gonna Sight Shock here to either kill the Tornadus or hit whatever comes in, because I'm pretty sure he's going to Alakazam and not one of his ground types. He actually does go to Landorus though, so he got me there. Oh no, I actually go for Calm Mind. I'm stupid. Yeah, I was gonna try to win the game right there. That crit actually sucks a lot, the turn 40 crit, because now it means I can't recover up against Alakazam safely. Because if he gets one Spit F drop, I'm forced out, and I don't want to Mega yet, so yeah, that crit is kind of annoying, but it's not that big of a deal. But it forces me out, because like I said, I don't really want to deal with crits or any of that. I didn't think he would Focus Blast. Double Focus Blast is a roll at this point, I think. If he gets 2 max rolls, I die, but he kind of had to Shadow Ball, so Chansey was like super safe in that position. He goes back to his Tornadus once again. I'm just gonna like heal up here because I really want to switch it to 2 Focus Blasts. And I go back to Skarm, but again he just U-turns. He's relentless, man. This Skarmory is gonna like die to U-turns and stuff. Rogue Damage is just fucking stupid. Oh my god, he knocked off. Oh, this is that turn. Yeah, okay, he gets another quit, which also sucks because I was out of Hurricane range. I'm sorry that I keep misremembering. This was like 3 weeks ago. He used Hurricane to finish me off, which sucks because I would have lived that without the crit, and I go back to my Slowbro, and now he really can't do much. He kind of has to U-turn to his Alakazam here because he has nothing else to sack. I guess he could sack his Landorus, but if I comment on the Landorus switch, it's pretty obvious he doesn't have Sword Stand at this point. That would be disastrous. So he goes straight to his Alakazam, takes a good chunk from Psyshock. Mega Scald actually kills him now. I have to switch out because I'm not going to risk Slowbro. He takes advantage of that, doubles right back to his Tornadus, which again is fine by me. Even though my Skarmory is dead now, this can't really beat my team. It's still kind of annoying, and it probably has superpowers seeing how he didn't Heat Waves a Skarmory and it's a Soul Vest, or maybe it's HPIs or something. But yeah, I just go to Tyranitar on the off chance that he doesn't have a fighting move. He predicts Piratley again, goes for U-turn on the Tyranitar. And now this is like the big turn. He goes to Alakazam, and okay, I'm just gonna pause here. At this point, I'm just kind of like, okay, he already hit 2 Focus Blasts, he Spit Death Drop both of them. There's statistically a 0% chance for him to hit it. So I'm just gonna stay in here and pursue it. If he hits Focus Blast, that's fine. I think I can win with Chansey and Slowbro and Amoonguss. But if he misses or tries to double switch or something, he's just dead. I don't know why he would double switch, but he actually goes for something completely different. And he uses Shadow Ball here. Now people have questioned that move, and I kind of get where he's coming from with that Shadow Ball. Like it's weird and I don't agree with it, but let's take a look. My Slowbro is at full health. If he Focus Blast into that, then that's like disastrous for him. He has like 3 Focus Blasts left after that, and he's forced to Focus Blast again because Chansey comes in for free, lifts Sand, 2 Focus Blasts, and Stealth Rock, and like there's no way for him to beat Chansey at that point, or Chansey plus Slowbro rather, because Chansey comes in for free all day, heals up on everything. Slowbro walls his 2 ground types. But if he, on the other hand, hits Slowbro on the switch with Shadow Ball, that's probably like a lost game for me. I can't wall his ground types anymore. I take a ton from Shadow Ball. Granted, I wasn't gonna switch out because, like I said, my thought process was pretty much there's no way he's gonna hit 3 in a row and drop 2 Spadef and drop the Spadef with 2 of them. So I just went for the pursuit here anyway. I think it made sense in hindsight, because if he runs out of Focus Blast, there's just no way for him to beat this Chansey. But I wasn't gonna go to Slowbro there, so I think Focus Blast was still the right play. Even if I did switch, it would probably be straight to Chansey because I knew it lives 2 Focus Blasts. But well, in the actual game he went for Shadow Ball, so I just killed Alakazam, which is fantastic because that's like the only threat. So I'm totally fine with that. He's forced to go into his Excadrill here because I outspeed both of his Landorus and his Tornado. Well, I don't outspeed the Tornadus, but he probably can't kill me seeing how he didn't go to it, so I assume it's like HP Ice. I go straight to Amoonguss, just sack that Pokemon because it's useless. Literally as useless as it gets. That Earthquake actually bounces right off, but I'm sorry, my nose is like running. I have to keep sniffing. It's really annoying. But anyway, I sack the Amoonguss here because there's nothing it does, and now my Slowbro is back in, and there's really not much he can do to stop the Slowbro at this point. He's kind of forced into Tornadus and hope he hexes me because, like I said, his Excadrill is literally gonna do 0 to this, especially once I Mega Evolve. His Landorus doesn't have Sword Stance, so that's pretty bad too. So I just Mega Evolve here and calm it up, and the only thing he can do at this point is like confuse me with Hurricane. He can't even crit me. So he goes for Hurricane, which actually does a lot more than I thought. I thought it would do like 25 with the investment I have. I get confused, but thankfully I hit through. Psyshock kills the Tornadus, so that's the last of his threats gone. He really doesn't have an out here. He has to hope I choke or something. So he goes to Excadrill. I'm not stupid enough to stay in here, so I'm just gonna go to Chansey, which also takes the Earthquake a lot better than I thought it would. Like, goddamn, this Pokemon is broken. So that Earthquake only does 34. I'm like, hey, cool, I could solo the rest of his team with Chansey. But nuh-uh, he just crits me, which is silly, but really doesn't matter again, because at this point Slowbro just wins. So I guess straight to my Slowbro again. He can't do anything. I heal up here because in case he goes Landorus or something stupid, and Scald wasn't a guaranteed kill, I think, so I really don't want to deal with any of that. The next turn, instead of just, you know, healing up again and going for a Saywin, I go for the Scald because he can crit me, but still doesn't kill with 2 crits. And at the same time, I really didn't want his Landorus to come and be like Explosion or something stew, which also does 0 dash, but you know, it really didn't matter that much. So he goes to Landorus, and even if he kills me by some miracle, I still have my Tyranitar, which outspeeds him. That Earthquake, it did nothing, and yeah, I just go for the Skull here. I think I still could have won even if he did Focus Blast my Tyranitar and hit, because Slowbro plus Chansey kind of does a big number to him. Like you saw how little it took from extra. Like, even if that got knocked off, it still had a pretty good chance together with Slowbro. So yeah, we say our GGs, and that's gonna be the game. I think he prepared well for my usual stuff. I kind of just went 180 on that and predicted him to predict me, so that worked out well for me. This Stall team is disgusting. I love the shit out of it because it's so fucking disgusting. I really don't know what else to say, but yeah, that's me against boudouche. Next up is gonna be me against Steve Angelo for week 2. If you haven't seen that, you should probably check it out once I can be asked to upload it / narrate it. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. As my friend Blunder would say, drop a like, inshallah. So that's gonna be it. Peace, guys.